Folks, I feel that if you will examine these old stone tools, you'll find images in them. And I really don't want to go on and on with show and tell. So I would like to uh, make my videos more, you could call it speculation, but there's patterns and stuff that I'd like to see. So I recently watched a video on YouTube about a fella using a spray-on thing that makes tires be shiny. I should have got his name before I started this video because I'd like to say thank you. But I went looking for that yesterday, and that's the closest I found to it. It's just some Armor All. And I've never done this before, but I want to try it with these stones, these four and this one. This one in particular, I'm seeing something that's really incredible. There's a bird right there. It's pretty obvious. There's a little eye. But in front of that is another bird, and in front of that is another bird. And in the right light, it looks like you're watching a bird fly. This, of course, is the wings for that bird. This bird right here, which is behind that bird, just flows in with it. This bird, which almost looks like it's looking directly at us, its wings are what created that bird. Well, let me just wait until I get this Armor All on it and see what it does to it. But these back here, these four pieces, they're all end pieces. And if you've watched my very first video, you'll know that these pieces are what's broken off the end of a stone when they're searching for what type of materials in it. That's a hammerstone. This is a little real smoothing tool, which is held real easy. All of these have tool use. But what I have found recently, let me move that one for a second, is that these are obviously elephants. They're not hard to figure out that those are elephants. There's the eyes and the trunk. There's eyes and the long trunk. And again, an elephant. And that might be upside down, actually. No, I think I had it right. But the length of the trunk is really what makes the elephant, you know, what an elephant is. Well, this one, this end piece, I saw what I would thought was the eyes for an elephant, but the trunk's not long enough. And one of the images in here that I see is this pecking up here at the top and around here. I see feathers, and I see this as a side view of a person wearing a feathered headdress. I could say, well, I'm just imagining it, but if I could imagine it, I'm sure those folks could too. Now that's one image in here. There's two or three really nice images in this stone. A little bit more special than those three. They have the elephant, but not a lot more carving. So I just want to see what Armor All will do to these. Whether they help them or goof it up. Let's see. Let me do it. I'll get back to this. The Armor All has been on there for 3 or 4 hours. It seems like it has either evaporated or soaked in. It's still not quite the effect I was looking for. I'm going to try to find some of that tire spray, but I've got a little olive oil. I'm just real hesitant about putting any color on them anymore. Because one of these days there may be some way to see these as they are and not with me goofing it up. I kind of regret having that technique shown in several of my videos. You know, mixing ochre and water and putting it on stones. I don't know why I thought it was so cool. Well, it was kind of cool. Let's just see what this does. I truly don't think I'm hurting the artifact by doing what I'm doing right now. Tickling that fellow's nose. That's actually not what I was showing on that particular piece. I think that's something. The feathers show better doing this. I'll cover all those up and see what happens. Even the olive oil seems to be soaking into it. Okay, take a look at them with the olive oil. It's a side crescent scraper abrasion, but really the olive oil has exposed a really shiny top as opposed to anything else. And it could be held just like that. I think this was probably something for polishing something. I've heard that word often, a polishing stone, and I wish somebody'd say, well, what were they polishing? Oh, that's that one. Yeah, let's find the image again. That is what I was thinking. I gotta change hands. No, that wasn't what I was seeing, but that is an image. That could be a person. Funny looking person. But no, it was I'd feel silly if I can't find this. Oh, there it is. I lost it. Okay. This looks like, headdress with feathers. Anyway, this one has a lot of stuff in it. It has those bird things. I think the oil helps a little bit because now let me just focus in on the eyes that I see because I'm not sure what I'm seeing. Seems like a bunch of birds. And an elephant. And a little bitty elephant. Or a bird's head. With a snake on its shoulder. Looks like there's a tiny eye right there. I can't get this. Let me move that. Yeah, there's two tiny eyes in there that makes that some kind of figure. But it sort of looks like a snake rather than a bird. That looks like a small thunderbird, because it's been picked out on both sides to create that image. There's the tail. Where's the head? And there's the wings. Maybe it's got a little bitty head. But those three little things right up there, that's done on purpose. They weren't just natural. They've been pecked all around it. It's as if there's a thunderbird and then there's three dots. Wonder what that means. Maybe even another dot behind it. Folks, I've looked at a lot of carving, so I kind of know when something's been done. May not be able to explain what was done, but I can tell. Well, just for instance, right in here, that's pressure flaking to, when the stone was, before it done that way, it was sharp. There's a sharp edge there to cut you. So that's evidence of pressure flaking to soften up that edge. And I find this on all these tools. One of my things is if it's got sharp edges on it, I feel like it's new. I think this stone has a really neat story to tell, and I hope I get to hear it. Almost every little protrusion or little knob or whatever, they turn into an elephant. There's an elephant. Probably there too. Yes, there too. Nice little trunk you got there, fella. Yeah, this is filled with images. Thanks for watching, folks. This stone was made to be a tool. It fits perfect the way it fits right there for two crescent-shaped side scrapers. Those were never sharp because it would have changed the trunk of the elephants. And also, I don't think they were ever used. I think this was made to be a tool, but it slowly became a story stone. I have heard another story from it. It said that I was looking at that kind of wrong, because what I was looking at down here didn't have the right flow of the artwork, and it was supposed to be seen that way, or at least one image is. And I feel like I see a large bird watching a volcano go off, an earth cracking. And the reason I say that is because I'm just following the color. There was a dark red ochre color used, yellow base, of course, and then this is more of a lighter orange highlight around the bird and up here where my thumb is, and what could be the fire of a volcano. The other side has the yellow base and then the orange color, but a much darker more of a red to create that figure. So there's my color analysis. Bye for now. Folks, I'm going to try this again. I've done it once, and I like the result. Coat it with Armor All and then olive oil. I haven't done anything to these stones yet, but I've examined them really well, and they're just filled with images, literally filled with images. This one is a bird. Let me get my pointer. This is a bird. The tail comes down to here. The wings are outstretched. There is his eye. And there's an image on the chest. And other stuff. But this is a horse. This is a bird in flight. This is a stone I took out of the ground when it was frozen. But I'm going to coat those with something, with the olive oil and the Armor All, and let's see what difference they'll make. This one has a lot. It has the horse and all that, and this was the Thunderbird and snake. I had painted this a few months ago, and I remember now that I used olive oil and ochre colors, and somehow it helped it to wash off. I worked on it with paint stripper. I couldn't get it all off, but it's back to more like it was originally without my color, but I'm afraid that might be as far as I can go with it. But this is the Thunderbird fighting with the snake. But on the back of this is another bird and a horse and a lot of stuff. But that's one I'm going to coat this way. This one, this awesome little horse. There's the eyes. And there's even an elephant made into the tail of it. And also this is a side cutter. Your thumb goes there and the hand goes there. And the side cutter is made up of two elephants with their trunks entwined. And now that's only just a few pictures, a few images that's in this. This is probably one of the most intricately carved piece of Cortex or whatever I have. It's just filled with images, and I want to coat it so it'll be easier to see, and I will focus in on all the eyes that is on this thing and all the images that's in it. And there are other interesting things. For instance, that little round stone was original. They just didn't carve it out. They napped or pressure flaked around it. And it has an image on it too. Some super really small, intricate carvings in this piece. I'm looking forward to showing it to you. But what attracted me first of all was the horse. You know, it has that Picasso look, but that's a horse. And this one's incredible too. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to do all that. It may be tomorrow before it's dried and ready to do it. So we'll be back to this. I'm not going to wipe these off. I'm just going to see how much in a couple of hours the Armor All has soaked in. It's only been 15 minutes. And it's already soaking in. I would like to think that I'm helping to preserve. I would like to think that. 30 minutes and almost soaked up. Now the olive oil. Well, that doesn't look very professional. Anyway, I'll coat these and I'll get back to them. It's a real pretty sunshiny day today. So I'm going to leave those just like that and get back to them tomorrow.